Thanks for checking us out here at Fanopy Growth. I'm your host, Jacob. And again, today we're going to be covering Canopy Growth Corporation, ticker symbol CGC on the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. And this is a fan club for Canopy Growth, so we cover everything they do here. So, since the last time we spoke, a couple articles here that we want to go over. So, to start here, Canopy Growth shakes up CSuite with CFO and Chief Product Officer departures. So this happened in November, and we see that we got rid of a couple people here. So the first person was Mike Lee, who was the Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer, and the other person was Raid. I don't know how to say that last name, Kovacevic, President and Chief Product Officer. So these two guys, they stepped down from their respective roles on the executive management committee and will depart from the company on December 31st. So they're already gone. They had a couple interim people here, and actually interesting to see they had a couple people from the company here, like Judy Hong. So we see that the company has initiated an external search for both roles, and to support a seamless transition has named Judy Hong as the interim chief financial officer and Tara Rosalowski as interim chief product officer. So they're reporting to David Klein, CEO, and got some women in here, so that's a good sign too. Maybe they can do a good job and maybe keep that position, or maybe they're going to hire some other people. They talk about some of the people that took over here. So, Judy Hong, since joining Canopy in 2019, she strengthened Canopy's capital market presence by leveraging her extensive experience from Goldman Sachs, where she spent more than 20 years focused on consumer packaged goods sector, and most notably held the role of managing director of the Global Investment Research Division. So she's going to be in there for now. And Tara Rosalowski, seasoned marketing and sales executive, has held leadership positions with iconic global CPG companies including SC Johnson and most recently ConAgra. And she's held the role of vice president, beverage and edibles, and successfully launched a portfolio of award-winning products and brands, including Martha Stewart CBD, Quattro, and so that is really interesting to see that they got rid of those two guys kind of immediately, and I think it's just the performance of the company. Somebody had to take some blame and go for that. So just my personal opinion, I wasn't that much of a fan of Mike Lee on some of the earnings calls. I just think that maybe some new energy and some new ways of looking at things will help the company. So that was interesting to see there. All right, so Constellation CEO Newlands, he exits the board of Canopy as well. So Bill Newlands, he's the CEO of Constellation Brands, a company that has the investment in Canopy, and he left the board. So I don't know exactly why, but he left the board, notified Canopy of his resignation November 24th, effective immediately. So, they're shaking some things up here at Canopy, and Newland's exit, it's saying, which is understood to have been in the works for some time, is not believed to be related to, the CFO and the CPO that just left recently. But and so he's going to be replaced by 63-year-old Garth Hankinson, who's been with the company. He's the chief financial officer and executive vice president of New York-based Constellation. So he's another Constellation guy. He's the CFO of Constellation. So looks like they're really focusing on money, so they can bring somebody else in here to keep an eye on the company here. So it mentioned this. Assuming full exercise of warrants and full conversion of notes, Constellation could increase its stake to 53%. So we're looking out for that potentially in the future. So Garth brings with him his extensive background managing financial and accounting divisions in a CPG environment, and his presence on the board will help expedite our path to profitability while supporting long-term shareholder value. So we really need to build some shareholder value, because with things that have been happening as far as that share price, it's not been very good. So, so we're gonna. Oh yeah, this was another guy, Phil Shayer. He's a former chief legal officer who stepped down in October. So, lots of shakeups going on, and hopefully it brings some better outcomes. So, another thing here, Canopy Growth to sell C3 cannabinoid compound company. So, this was in December 15th. This was published. So they announced that they signed a deal to sell the pharmaceutical subsidiary C3 to Dermapharm Holding SE, a European pharmaceutical company based in Germany. So the sale of this, it's going to help Canopy's strategic direction to drive demand, and it wasn't really performing how we wanted it to with COVID and a lot of different things. Kind of um, slowed down the progress that we were hoping to make. So, we spent more money than we actually paid for it. So that's not good, but at least we got an upfront payment of 115 million Canadian, and we're also going to receive another 61.4 million if certain milestones are met by the company. So it still, got to be approved and finalized by January 31st. So, David talking about that just mentioned that, we're maturing as Canopy is maturing as a consumer product company, leveraging our market focus, innovation, and R&D strength to produce cannabis and cannabinoid-based products that make a positive impact on consumer lives. We remain committed to serving the medical cannabis as a channel, and will continue to do so by leveraging our existing high-quality supply of Canadian cannabis products to meet patient demand globally. And so you thank the C3 team. So they're going to retain those employees, the new company. So it's good. Hopefully nobody should really lose too many jobs there. But so yeah, so that was that. So that's going to kind of shore up some cash for us and let us kind of focus on our core market, which is Canada and the U.S. And who knows, with Germany going legal here soon, then maybe Canopy will find some other business avenues for that. But we're done there for now. Uh, Last little thing here is a news article about Canopy Growth not abandoning plans for Kirkwood Center. So this is in New York. They talk about how New York is going to be a leader in the cannabis space. There's no question that it will be. Hopefully, sometime in the future, Canopy can get involved in it and bring a lot of innovative products that we've got in Canada and other markets to the U.S. So we really want to see this get going. It's been a little slower than we hoped, but it's definitely something to watch with New York in this very soon future here. So, to be blunt, this has been a rather frustrating project. We announced the building, as you probably remember, in 2019. But one of the things that's slowing it down is that the building was in worse shape than they thought, and then the federal regulations for CBD has been, dampening the impact there as well. So, they talk about how Cover, from Canopy's team, saying that, you know, we would like to see marijuana regulated similarly to alcohol, with many divisions left to the state level, many decisions. So, you know, we'll see what's going to happen with that. But it's good that we do have that facility there in case anything can happen. So we're just taking a look at the market today. We're down today. We had a decent day yesterday to start the first trading day of the year off, but we are down today. So we're gonna hope that we can get some more momentum. And we've been doing this dance down for some time here. So um, definitely don't want to get invested with money that you can't afford to lose in the stock market. And cannabis is a very um, volatile market right now without the good regulation. So you can see we've been doing this for a year now, since February. So yep, nothing much changing here, but we're still there, right there, and everything is in our grasp. We just have to, you know, work with these markets and make sure that we're ready to do whatever we need to do to become successful. It is sad to see the share price keeps going down, but you have to have a long vision here. If you've been in since for 5 years, you're up barely, but you're up. But you know, let's see what the next 5 years looks like, and let's see what the next 5 months and the next year looks like. We definitely have some chances here, but we definitely have to get some momentum going, and we have to get some things going on where we can make some money because, um, yep, that's pretty much what it is. So good luck to everybody out here. It's definitely a tough market, tough for Canopy right now. But if you have some faith in the company, then you know you can check us back here out at Fanopy Growth. Whenever we do some videos here, it's try to do it every so often when they release some information. So good luck to everybody here, and yeah, have a good year, and good luck to Canopy for this year, and take care.